Bushcraft family here. Today is Richard Friday. This is Morning Talk. Welcome everybody. Let's see here. As you can tell by the title, why there is a food shortage. I've been doing a lot of research on this, and according to the government, the FDA, there is no such thing as a food shortage. We have plenty of food. Yet, I go to the store and I see empty shelves. Um, I know everybody doesn't see this. People live in different cities and different states, and it's different in every part of the country. So, when you see your shelves really stocked and you have all kinds of stuff, and you sit there and think, "Oh, there's no shortage." Well, I go to the store and I even film uh, the shelves empty, and you you still think that there's no shortage. Well, eventually, if things are not don't turn around or we have another shutdown or something like that, you guys with this all this stuff in your stores will start seeing this. It's only a matter of time before it starts progressing to the bigger cities. And there goes my cat. Every time he sees me put my mic up and get ready to record, he has to jump up on the back of the chair and get his light his two cents in the film or in the video. But let's get back to what the issue is here. First thing, let's go ahead and let's switch over here. Yes, if you can see here, this is the government's website, the USDA, and the one thing I wanted to show you here is, um, according to them, the prices have not gone up. In fact, they're from what they say, they remain stable, or they're eventually it's going to decline. Um, I see it maybe declining if people run out of money because no work and stuff like that. But um, yeah, I have. I'm not sure how everybody else feels about this, but I have seen um, it go up. I've seen a lot of prices go up. Beef has gone up, chicken has gone up, um, milk, and this will get us into. Uh, let's go ahead and look right here. This is another website. It does with business type stuff. So um, this just shows you how things have progressed. I mean, just from say the year 2000, groceries have slightly went up, but if you can see the food services, meaning fast food, um, stuff like that, has gone up like crazy, way past grocery. So, which means people are going out and eating more than they are staying home and cooking. Um, and that could eventually have issues on distribution and stuff like that. And as you look down here, um, you can see a big change right up in here. I mean, look, March 2020. Look at the difference in the and this is your food services and whatnot. This is groceries. It's went up 29% in a year. 29%. That's crazy. And let's go ahead and switch over to this. Now this is National Geographic. Um, I'm not saying they're the major source and stuff, but they usually put it how it is, and they show. five of the the things they're having issues with the most, I guess. Millions of gallons of milk have been dumped. Piles of vegetables left to rot. Images of farmers dumping their products stand in stark of contrast to those showing mile-long um, food banks. You've seen it in Dallas and that stuff. Mile-long food lines, people getting food. Um, and again, some are there just to get the free food. Some majority of them need it. A lot of new people that never done it before are out there getting food for their families. But farmers are dumping their food because they have nowhere to go with it. Um, and you see, um, according to the 1 in 6 families before COVID were having trouble, and you've probably seen in my some of my past videos of people having trouble, and it's went up um, really pretty high. Um, but yeah, and that was before COVID. Now COVID's shown its ugly face, and it shows that farmers say getting food into the hands of those who need it most is really difficult. Um, and it has nothing to do with them. They're producing the food and everything. The growers, they have it ready to go out, but they're still having issues with it. Um, and that's just the way it is at this point. And then you have American Farm Bureau Federation estimates that only about 8% of farms in the United States supply food locally. The rest feed a complex network that ensures restaurants and grocery stores across the country have a steady supply of 100 different products. And that's about normal. Um, and it goes to, shows you basically um, what things are in demand and stuff like that. And as you can see right here, that contradicts what the government says. Demand for beef in supermarkets has risen sharply. Sales shot up 92% in late March. That's just in March. And according to our government, the USDA, it hasn't went up 92%. And that's and you can read more about this. I'm not going to go into big depth so over this stuff. And that's the same thing with milk. They've been dumping milk because they have no way of getting it to um, the stores and stuff. And one of the things that they said when COVID hit, once you have that shutdown, that month-long shutdown where they were closed down, the distribution system was completely shut down. So that meant everybody going out and buying all that stuff. Um, and then there was no way to get that fresh supply in until they started going back to work. And then there's people that did get COVID, and there's people that unfortunately did die from this. Um, and there's, I think they said, like the trucking industry, the people who bring us our food basically to these grocery stores, they took a big hit, a very big hit. There, there's some people working. Some of these truckers are working so many hours, and again, there's regulations saying they can't work a certain many of hours, but they are, and it's still just not enough. There's not enough trucks to go around to deliver this stuff, and that's one of the issues why there's a food shortages. And we'll go down here and eggs. Eggs have people have been buying more eggs. You got to realize there's people that are home more now because of COVID. So a lot of people would not eat breakfast. They would go straight to work and get a donut or something like that. Now that they're staying home, they're eating eggs and bacon and all that stuff, and there's a demand for it. About 30% more is what they're saying. Potatoes. You wouldn't think this, but potatoes. And you got to realize, um, for produce, there's a growing season. There's times when um, stuff doesn't grow. You don't have fields and fields of potatoes waiting to get harvested. Well, there's not much you can do. There's greenhouses and stuff, but that doesn't grow like what you would think. And let's go leafy greens. Again, there's a growing season for this stuff. And people say greenhouses. There's stuff, yes, but it doesn't grow like it does in the wild. Not in the wild, but the way it's supposed to be. And we're starting to see all this stuff in our grocery stores. And it's this is why we're getting shortages. And like I said, the people in the big cities and stuff like that, um, they're not seeing this. It's because the big cities, they're going to put all their resources to try to keep those, because that's where they're going to make the money at. Would you rather supply um, a grocery store that has 10 people all the time getting food from, or would you have a grocery store that has two people? The people that they make more money. That's how it's going to go. It's just the way it is. It's still COVID's out there, but people want to make that money, and that's basically where we're at right now. And until they figure this stuff out and get everything rolling the way it's supposed to be, um, um, it's going to keep declining. And if like after the 20th and the first 100 days, I figure the first 100 days are going to be the roughest. Um, well, not, I should say the roughest. It's going to determine how the rest of the year is going to go, I would say. Because usually when a new president comes in, that first 100 days is their biggest thing. They try to do so much in there, and we're gonna see what happens in the first 90 days. They're already talking about right when he gets in, there's going to pass a bill right off the bat for $1,400 more, which is good. Um, Again, we're printing money for this, and there's no way we'll ever be out of debt. Everybody says well, we need to start working on the debt, this and that. We'll never be out of debt. This country, um, my kids' will still see that debt that's been there before I was born. Um, it's just it's one of those things. It's always going to be there. Um, but guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. Hope I didn't keep you talking too much, but please let me know your thoughts on this. And I know some will tell me that their stores are fine and whatnot. I believe you. It's just it's people have different stores and states, and it's different everywhere. I mean, like the southern states down Texas area, there lots of food chains and stuff down there. There's big distributions. There's um, processing plants and stuff down there that there isn't in the rest of the world, or rest of the United States, I should say. But guys, we're gonna go ahead and let me bring up my browser here. We're gonna go ahead and pick two. Yes, it's the video shout out time. Doing this in every video in January. I just want to try to give shout outs and whatnot. I love giving shout outs to people that deserve it. I'm not saying everybody doesn't deserve it, but I'm just saying that deserve it. So let's go ahead and start this. First of all, Jason Avers. Um, if you want to know anything about gardening or anything like that, this guy just lives gardening and planting trees and all this stuff. And he has some really interesting streams and stuff too. I was watching one of his streams the other day about um, how living around one tree, a giant nut tree, and having fruit trees around it and little raised gardens here and there can feed families. Just completely live there without going to a grocery store or anything like that. And really, you guys need to go check him out. I'm really sorry, a really good guy. Um, let's see who else we can find here. Um, trying to find somebody here. Let's go with Grandma Sandy. She has some real, and she does prepper hauls and or where she goes and gets stuff in the grocery stores and stuff like that. All kinds of different things she does. You really need to go check her out. Really nice lady and all. But please go check her out and tell her Bushcraft sent you. But all in all, guys, that's all we're going to do for today. Please like, share, comment. If you're not subscribed, please do so. I say that every video, but you know how it is. And if you do subscribe, please go down there and comment. Just say hi in one of my videos. That way the subscription stays. If not, YouTube will pull it. It's usually what happens. But guys, we'll catch you later. God bless.